Oh, it's Pokemon time, because we're getting a Lapras. What's up everybody, Jay here, more World of Final Fantasy, and this time we're getting somebody in Chapter 21 that you couldn't get in 21. Yeah, we'll get to that. But this time we're going for Elasmos, so you at least have to make it to postscript for this. You'll probably want to get a little further because there's gonna be some leveling up here. So as I said, this guy is actually in Chapter 21, except he's not. The area you need to get to is where the final battle, the final boss battle of Chapter 21 happens. So when you go back through it later and you get up to that area, instead of initiating the boss battle or the cutscene that leads to the boss battle, you'll now see another crystal. But before we get to all that, let's set up the party to actually take this guy down. And first and foremost, the thing that is going to be the major help here on this fight is Bahamut. So make sure you've done that portion of the postscript so you can get the Bahamut summon. While a lot of the XL Mirages aren't that helpful, Bahamut is definitely one of them that truly is. And past that, when it comes to your stack setup, I suggest going more for speed than anything. I threw a Black Choco Chick on one stack, Cactrot on the other, wanted to level up my Gleefrit, so threw him in there, and then I brought Vampire Prime. Now, there's a big reason you need to bring him. Elasmos can run. And trust me, right when you get him triggered, he will take the first chance he gets to run, and it definitely sucks. So if you don't have Vampire Prime leveled up, you can either go level him, or you can bring somebody like a Mimic. A couple of the Mimics have no escape, so bring who you want to bring. You can bring the Mimic. I brought Vampire Prime because I like the look of him, and I really wanted to use him. So now that you have the party set up, you do kind of want to have some of these guys at a certain level, or at least Bahamut, and that would be level 55. Obviously, the higher the better, but I really wouldn't try this if he isn't 55 yet. You might be able to get away with it at 53-ish, but his damage scales and is also based on a few other things. The amount of health he's lost and the amount of AP he's spent. So if he's too low a level, he can't actually reach the damage threshold you're going to need. So depending on where you're at in the game, there's Icicle Ridge that you can go to. You can go to the extra dungeons to go level up. You can go on to Chain Road. Whatever you got to do, get him to at least 55. So once you're ready to go and all saved up, head to the gate and go to the ends of Grimoire. From here, go to the teleporter that takes you to Exnine Castle. And thanks to you already beating this earlier in the game, all 3 of the warp crystals are open up for you. So save here if you want to, just in case he does run if you didn't bring somebody with no escape. When you're all ready, take the 3rd crystal. This will bring you to one of the last floors inside the castle. This is a floor below where the boss was earlier. So mount up if you brought somebody with Joyride, and just head straight on forward. Once you get to the top of all the blocks, head to the right and through the door. Now this is the area where the boss fight was earlier, so now you can just walk around to the left and head up and you'll see another warp crystal there. This crystal will take you to the area with Elasmos. So just keep walking forward across the pipe and head right on up to him. Now, the way to trigger him is you have to deal a lot of damage at once, which you've probably seen a few times by now. Unfortunately, with him being so high level, that's a lot of damage you need to deal. But thankfully, this is why we brought Bahamut. So right away, go ahead and summon him. Now the goal here is to use Mega Flare with as much damage output as possible. Now if you go right into the abilities, you'll see it's going to have a huge AP cost. That's the amount of AP he has total. Mega Flare can be casted with 1. The less AP it takes to cast it, the better. But more important than that, the less HP you have, the better also. So what you want to be doing is use your abilities to knock down your own health, attack yourself. But whatever you do, make sure 1, you don't kill yourself, and 2, you don't burn all your AP. So make sure you do the math real quick, get down to that 1 AP. As you can see here, I started off with about 18,000 health and got all the way down to 2,600 and was able to cast Mega Flare, which is 1 AP. So once the Mega Flare animation is done, you'll get your damage. You need to hit about 24,000. You saw for me here at level 59, I was able to hit over 27,000. And that right there will trigger him. If you didn't bring anybody with no escape, his next turn he will most likely run. But thankfully, if you did bring somebody, take your time in capturing him. And there you go, another rare Mirage to add to your collection. He uses Water Gun, he's got Thunderstorm. I didn't use him on too often, but hey, it helps the count. So hopefully this helped you out. If it did, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm going to have more World of Final Fantasy videos coming out, Final Fantasy 15, a few other games I'm working on, anything else I want to do, because by God, it's my channel. But if you got suggestions, feel free to leave them below. I will pander. I'm cool with that. I'll do what you guys want. But until then, I will see you in the next one. Later.